If you've been paying attention to gaming news over the last couple of weeks on the internet, you would find that there is this game that is under a massive amount of controversy, questioning, scrutiny, all those things on whether or not the game is even real. It's called The Day Before. It's been on Steam. It was one of the most highest wish-listed games on Steam. That's why people are talking about it. It's not coming from any known publisher, any known game dev. It's not like it's something that's coming out from Ubisoft and everyone's like, oh my god, it looks amazing. No, none of those things. It's coming from pretty much, in the most respectful way as possible, saying somebody that nobody knows about, but it looked really interesting, so people were really excited about it. And there's a lot of controversy around whether or not the game is even real. There's a lot of sides to this. There's a lot of information, lots of things. You guys can go scour the internet to find all that information. But basically, last week they were supposed to share with us 10 minutes of gameplay footage. And this was going to be a moment for a lot of people where we kind of got to see, okay, is this real? Is this tangible? Like, does this look like an actual thing that we're going to be able to play? Is it? And then they delayed the release of that footage because the game was taken off of Steam, because apparently when they decided to announce this game, they didn't trademark the name of the game. And now they've got all these legal issues. Again, that's a whole completely convoluted mess and goes into why people are questioning whether or not this game is even real. But today, they finally released the footage just about a half an hour ago. 10 minutes of gameplay footage of The Day Before. We're going to take a look at this and we're going to give our thoughts on whether or not, first off, do we think this is real? Based off of the gameplay alone. Second off, what do we think of the gameplay? Does it look like something that we would actually enjoy playing? And we're just going to kind of take a look objectively and see where we land. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this game. Number one, do you think it's real? Give me your true thoughts. Whatever it is, I want to know, because I'd love to see what everyone else has been saying. I've been watching some videos. I've been seeing what people have been saying online. There's a lot of skepticism. People don't really know what to think. There's reasons to believe that it is real, and there's reasons to not believe that it's real. So let me know your thoughts down below. And also, too, let me know what you think of this gameplay footage by itself. If it is actual gameplay footage, is this a game that you would be interested in? Let me know in the comments. I would love to see. All right, let's just go ahead and hop right into this gameplay, shall we? So this is The Day Before, official 10 minutes gameplay trailer. The Day Before, how fitting with the Last of Us TV show going on right now. I will say that the first thing that I have thought about when looking at the footage, and let me see if I got the quality as high as it can be. 4K. Okay, well, you can play this game in 4K. Look at that. The first thing that I think about when I see this gameplay, or anything that I've seen from this game so far, is The Division. Which, for me, bodes pretty well. I really liked The Division, the first Division. They screwed up the post-launch content and all that stuff. But they had a really good idea going for them. And it just did not play out. So if somebody else can come in and do The Division better, that'd be great. Something that I saw was mentioned before is people were saying that the footage that was released prior to today looked like it was all pre-rendered footage, almost like CGI from a movie. Like everything looked scripted, like it wasn't real. And I don't know, I'm not getting that impression necessarily from this gameplay footage so far. You can craft, wait, what was that? Go back. Go back, what was that? You can craft new items on the bench as well as improve your weapons. Okay, so this home that this person went to, I guess the question is, are these workbenches in all kinds of homes, or is this like a central location that you should know about? Like you can go back to this house periodically to craft things. Okay, interesting. So there's crafting and weapon modifications. Okay. Lots and lots of things. So this looks straight out of Call of Duty right here, like 100% out of the modern Call of Duty games. I know that that's not like Call of Duty doesn't have a like a patent on that, obviously. That's just the first thing I think about As I see this and I think the Modern Warfare 2 attachment system for the weapons. All right, so it's showing down here what you need, these various materials that you need in order to make these particular items. Okay. And up at the top, it's got how much you have, and it's going down. Okay, understood. And then this looks, is this how many items we have in our inventory right now? Is that our weight? Oh God, are we doing a weighted system again? Oh, I love weighted systems. I love it. It's my favorite. No, it's not. Oh, and they're doing that fancy thing. Speaking of Call of Duty, they're doing that fancy thing where instead of naming the weapon what it actually is in real life, they're naming it a fictional name, which, coming from a small developer, I guess actually makes sense. As you see here, it's called the Deprov 74, which the actual name of this gun would be the AK-47. So I guess it makes sense for being a smaller dev, so they don't have to pay fees and all that stuff. Okay, understood. This just looks, you know what's hilarious? Oddly enough, this UI is actually better than Modern Warfare 2's UI. This looks far simpler than MW2. That's hilarious. Activision needs to hire the UI developer for this game to fix MW2. Maybe. Although there's not a lot of information being provided when you click on these buttons. That's one thing I'm noticing. There's not a lot of information that's being provided. Like when you hover over these various attachments, I feel like there should be something on screen that's showing you the various differences between them before you apply it to your gun. And also too, when you are applying these, nothing is changing. Or is it changing on the weapon model? Let's find out. Okay, no, it is changing. Okay, I take that back. But still, more information as you're highlighting the various attachments, so you know what actual like percentages and things like that. I understand that game isn't coming out till November, but this game was supposed to come out in March, and even prior to that, from what I understand. So I don't know. That's definitely something that they should, if this is real, that's definitely something that they should be taking a look at for sure. Okay, yeah, it looks like a pretty decent build. I like it. All right, so that's the crafting system, or at least weapon modification that you can do. Definitely some Division vibes, 100%. I will say everything looks a little too clean. And I guess what I mean by that is a common thing that I've seen people talk about with this game so far is that it looks too perfect. Like everything just looks too perfect. But I don't know, at least in this gameplay footage so far, this actually looks very amateur to me. Like it doesn't look AAA, which it's not, but it doesn't look super duper detailed. Like the textures, and if we go back just a second here, you could see like the pot or the pan and the bowl and the cup sitting on the counter. Like there's no shadows. Like this pan is not casting any shadow on the countertop whatsoever. You know, and you can even see the texture of this stove here. There's nothing going on. It's super blurred out. Very low resolution texture. So, and even here on the dishwasher, same thing. Very low resolution. Like you can kind of make out a little bit what these things are saying. Like that probably says options, which is a weird... That's a weird button to have on a dishwasher. I don't know. So I don't know. It's like the concept of this game is definitely very interesting, but I just there's so many mixed things occurring with this game. I don't know. All right, let's just keep going. So you do have a bag. Actually, let me back that up real quick because I want to see that. So you do have a backpack with your equipment. This seems very like... First thing that comes to my mind is like Tarkov, for example. So this is the various loot that's on the ground. This is what you're carrying. And then this is your active equipment. Okay. All right. Everything just looks like it's lacking polish, if that makes sense. Now, the exteriors look pretty damn good. Like, the grass looks good. The shadows outside look good. Oh. Hang on a second. Hang on a sec. What? Hang on. What? Did you see that? Pay attention to the pay attention to the end of the barrel as she's firing the gun. That's really interesting. The little explosions coming out of the end of the barrel are not perfectly synced up with each round that is being fired. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't want to read too deep into that. I don't want to read too deep into that, but it's really interesting to me. I don't know why that's the case. Now, the camera movements seem perfectly normal to me for a game like this. Going in from being zoomed in, back out to your just traditional movement. I will say the concept of where they're located is fascinating to me. Is this New York City? Or is this somewhere else that I'm not familiar with? I feel like that, I don't know. I don't know, but I like it. I like this style of location. And also, too, we're already noticing the day-night cycle occurring. So we've got like a little deli or a bakery or something like that. Some form of restaurant here. I watched up to this point once before and it confused the hell out of me what they were trying to do. Now I understand. It's the punched out numbers are the ones that they're obviously are part of the code. Okay. So why did we disable that system? I'm assuming that was some form of alarm system. Why did we disable that? Oh, wow. Look at that iPhone 13 right there. Oh, I'm sorry. The Pear phone. Was that a Pear phone? Hang on. Was that a Pear phone right there? I don't even know what that is. It's like a mix between an iPhone and a Pear phone. What? Is that a pie phone? Because it's like cut like a pie. Nice. Okay. Okay, I question what the point of doing that was. We went in there, we disabled the system, and then we left with just looting somebody's purse. Understood. I mean, huge Division vibes here, right? Huge Division vibes going through the middle of a city. You know, all the cars on the side of the road, all the trash and debris. You know, being able to open up the... I mean, this is extremely similar to what it was like with the Division. And I get that they're trying to showcase the soul foods market. I will say it's one thing I've seen with this game is that they do a lot of ripping off of like BVS. What is that? Willows? Pre-existing companies. Yeah, see, that's Wendy's. That's supposed to be CVS. That was Whole Foods that they passed up. I've seen other things where they were in a mall or something. It was called Euphoria or something. Obviously, it's ripping off Sephora. Obviously, like. Okay, this is interesting. That's a QZ zone over there. QZ. It's a QZ quarantine zone. So in the Division, you had the Dark Zone, which was extremely similar to this concept right here. I would be very interested to see if they did something like this. Again, like, do I want this natural market? I feel like I know what that one is, but I can't think off the top of my head. I want this to be real, because if it is, and they do it well, then it's a great game to play. But it's extremely suspect whether or not this is actually real. I will say that this gameplay has provided me more reason to believe that it is real than to not. But even if it is real, it still looks like it's not ready. You know, 100% it doesn't look polished. One thing I'm noticing with this gameplay is that there's really not... It just kind of feels devoid of life to me for some reason. It seems... I understand trying to provide some form of, you know, feeling, this atmosphere that they're trying to invoke to you, but it feels too empty, which I guess could then go with the people saying that it's all scripted. I don't know. But she's like, this movement doesn't look scripted to me, and I could be wrong, but this doesn't look scripted. Okay, so you're drinking your juice. Again, here is where I would really love to see more information on screen, more UI information on screen, which maybe that comes into play again with why there's doubt on whether or not this is real. Because look at that, BVS Pharmacy, CVS Pharmacy. There's really no UI information here, which does not help at all. I mean, this looks really cool though. I mean, I love this setting. This is phenomenal. This must be a fictional city, because this doesn't look like anything that's actually out there that I've been to. At least I don't recognize this city at all. I initially thought it might have been New York because I saw a building that looked like the Chrysler Building, but I don't know. I guess I'm really wondering what the purpose of this gameplay is, because they've basically just been walking around. They've shot a few zombies. They've looted a few things. And that's about it. Well, that's the official 10-minute gameplay trailer from the day before from Fntastic. Following really when a lot of this stuff kind of hit the fan and people started really doubting its legitimacy. They finally released this gameplay. And to be completely frank with you, there's still part of me that after watching this gameplay, I could see why people would think this isn't real, because there are definitely some very suspect things going on in the gameplay. But at the same time, I'm actually more likely to believe that this game is just not super duper built. Like this release date, November 10th, 2023, unless they want to release it in a not finished state, I don't think this game comes out in November 10th, on November 10th, 2023. I don't think this game comes out this year. I think it comes out next year, if it's real. It's really weird, man. It's really, really weird. The gameplay looks super unpolished. There's practically no UI. The way that the firing mechanic works with the muzzle is a little suspect, and there's just like nothing in the world. If I were to sit down and play this game right now, I would be bored out of my mind if that's what I experienced in 10 minutes, because there's nothing going on. That's my thoughts on the day before. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What did you think of this gameplay? Did it make you think the game's real? Did it make you think that it's not real? What are you thinking about it? Let me know in the comments. Like this video if you enjoyed. Send this video up in the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. I'll catch you guys in the next one.